here, and today I am recording another episode of the Star Wars podcast. And our topic for today, as you see on the screen, is lightsabers. Lightsabers, often known to be the weapons of the Jedi and Sith, but on occasion were wielded by non-Force users. One of the best examples is General Grievous. Some may say he was a Force user because he was thought to have tried to join the Jedi Order, but the thing is, he didn't join the Jedi Order, and he was also mainly a robot, meaning he could have gotten these adept uses from there, but General Grievous can be his own video, so I won't go much more into that. But there were non-Force wielders of the lightsaber, but they were rare and few between, as it took the Force normally to be a real adept user at it, be able to use the weapon appropriately. Now these weapons, the blade comes from a thing known as the kyber crystal, and the type of kyber crystal will determine its color. Often these colors are blue, green, yellow, or red if you're considering the Sith, but on rare occasions, such as with Mace Windu, you may have a purple lightsaber. Another important thing you may see in movies is often the lightsabers don't cause bleeding. You may say that this is unrealistic, but when it comes to the lightsaber, the blade is so hot that when it cuts through the skin, it cauterizes the wounds, causing them not to bleed. Basically, it seals the wound due to extreme heat, putting it together. Kind of like a blowtorch and two pieces of metal. With how hot the lightsaber is and its ability to cut through metal, that makes sense. Which is where we get our next topic for lightsabers. Lightsabers can cut through many materials, as often seen in the movies and the television show. A Jedi will use the lightsaber in order to cut through a barrier and get past it, such as a door in the Phantom Menace on board whatever ship they were on, in order to get past and escape some droid cuss. But there are other materials that a lightsaber can't cut through, including cortosis, freak, dark sword, Mandalorian iron, force weapons, and water, which all cause problems for the lightsaber. Obviously, you can't actually cut through water, but the thing is, when the lightsaber's in the water, often shorts out, causing you not to be able to use it. So, unless your lightsaber is fit to actually fight in the water, which I would imagine during Clone Wars was often the case, the Jedi refit their lightsaber for that purpose, as we did see Anakin Skywalker and Ahsoka Tano on Mon Calamari using their lightsabers to fight off the Sith, the Confederacy, in their attempts to take over the planet. Lightsabers come in different forms depending on how the Jedi crafts it for his or her use. So often a Jedi crafts it differently to fit their own personality. For example, if you've seen it, the most recent episode of Star Wars Rebels, Ezra crafts a lightsaber that looks kind of like binoculars and it has two handles. That's because it fits his personality. In the most recent commercial Star Wars The Force Awakens, we see a Sith that has a sort of T-shaped lightsaber. It has two teeny blades coming out the side, forming a T shape. That's because this is what this Sith found to be most appropriate for his form of lightsaber. We also often see this with double hilted blade lightsabers, or also curved lightsabers, which varied from the normal form lightsaber, which is just a single normal sized hilt. The other thing is there are also lightsabers that aren't deadly at all. These are generally made to do so that way. These are generally known as these are generally Jedi training lightsabers for the younglings that aren't Padawans yet, or haven't made it to the point to make their own lightsaber because they're young. You don't want them to be at risk at dying. It doesn't mean that these aren't harmful. These lightsabers can cause wounds of burns or bruises, but they're not going to do much worse, and they aren't going to kill you. Doesn't mean it won't hurt. So, let me know what you guys think of this episode of Star Wars Podcast. Please give me future topics. And this is Indiana signing out.